back up just a hair.
Today's video, we're going to be pulling off the bed off of Bart, flipping it upside down, turning it around, and putting steel on the bottom side of it. My friend Gary called me up this morning and said, "Hey, what are you doing today? What are you working on? Can I come up and help you?" So he inspired me, got me moving on this project today, and this is what needed to be done. Ty, show me your big hammer there. Whose hammer is it?
My old one.
Your old one?
Stealth hammer.
You were what, 65 years old?
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did what? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Alright, so Tyler, what happened here, bud?
I was beating on this pin here, which we kind of had to cut off, and I was hitting on it, and all the force pushing down just broke this off right here.
And what is that piece? I can't see it. What is it?
It's the part that goes around this bolt here.
Yeah, I was telling Tyler that is a really hard piece to put in. All these things are put together from the end. I got to take everything apart, all the double nuts inside here, all these bolts. So we're gonna just tack it for now. See if we can tack weld it.
It'd be better if you broke this part down here because it's flipped over, so all the weight would be pushing against this part, not this. Because it could fall out.
We're getting ready to cut our first piece of steel that goes up underneath the floor. So we've got it all marked out here, and we're gonna try this Plaza Arc, see how it cuts this really thin steel. You ready, Tyler? It's not even hardly warm cutting it. Ouch. Ouch, come on. You ready to try it? Let's try it. Yep, I'm gonna take a chain out of here.
Tad long?
No, I don't think it's gonna work. I just,
Can I step on it?
not yet, not yet.
Yeah.
Well, that first one went so well, Tyler. We're gonna keep going for dinner.
For dinner?
Ouch. Almost got my fingers.
Wow, it's not real square right here. When I touched it, you can see my burned finger mark right there. Really
Sure
hurts.
enough. And they did what?
Nice.
Started sucking your finger. So if we ever change this out or have to actually get here to this end to put a gear on or something to turn it, we have to kind of create these little pockets down in here. So cut some pieces of tubing in half and we're just dropping them in there. So a couple things I wanted to show you I've done on this under tan is we use self-tapping screws to screw all this down. I kept drilling holes in my 1/8" drill bit and breaking them, so I went just a self-tapping screw. But if you look, this is flat all the way across. Across here is all flat, and then see how it dives down on the edge? That is to accommodate this bar down here, so this bar can still spin. So I had to actually more or less leave a notch under here so that the metal could come and give me a little space so this isn't rubbing when it spins. It actually looks pretty good if you could see the overall product. It's really neat how it dips down right at the edge, just right where these bars are. all this is pretty much screwed down, and there's a gap in here where my welds are and up against this frame, so I have some really high quality polyurethane type caulk I'm going to be putting in there before I paint. So this will be all sealed up under here so bugs and moisture can't get in. This is the section that I had to drop to accommodate for my transmission, so it's got another 2 inches of clearance on top of transmission. So we're getting close. My plan to finish this up today is to screw it down, caulk, and then I'm adding my mount on here. I'm going to weld these on. And then I also have to cut some holes in here. I'm going to burn some holes in this 1/2 inch thick steel to accommodate for the crane being able to flip this thing over and lift it up onto the back of Bart. So I'm going to drill some holes in here. I'm going to have these huge heavy pieces of steel tubing that I'm going to drill some holes, or actually potentially weld a stud on there because I can't get my hand in there to put a bolt through very well. I don't know how I would do this. I'll let something in. Somehow I would need to reach in there about 4 feet and stick a bolt through. I don't know if I can do that. So anyway. Alright, Ted, so you have your gloves, your muffs, okay, glasses. So remember where you kind of aware of where you're sending sparks and stuff. This doesn't send a lot of sparks, but what we're trying to do is clean the rust off of this so we can paint it, okay? So be very systematic, work a whole area. You know, like this surface rust, it'll come right off. Stella's got her mighty gloves on and go all the way up through her elbows, nice.
Almost.
So we're going to do some tack welds in here.
I almost go up to my elbows.
Right. In between the screws, we're just going to put this clamp in here to push that down. We're just going to put a couple tack welds to keep this from bending and deflection. Okay, Stella, ready? You're my welder.
Where?
Ready? Right down here.
Where?
Right down here. Okay, wait, not yet. Just keep coming. The trigger's right up here. There you go. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here you go. That's probably good. Look at that. All right. Let's do another one. Watch it. Yeah, don't touch that one, really. So Stella was helping me weld. She got her new welding gloves on, and she grabbed my helmet when I wasn't looking. So I went back to this old helmet I have, the flip up lid, and I got it on there. And she pulled the trigger, which is just right. I had it on, and it went down. And this little piece of metal that removes the glass, it's all rusty. Here, I'll get closer. All rusty and everything in there. It hooked my nose. It hooked my nose up, and I was trying to look over the top of my nose while it was still hooked because you had the trigger pulled. I'm trying to weld. Kind of fun. You want to do it again? Okay. Let's do it. Just don't get my nose this time. Well, that was a fun day. We got a lot accomplished. It was great to see this thing come together, all cleaned up, and getting the paint on it really makes it look like a finished product. And we won't see this part again until the crane lifts it up and we set it on Bart. This is great. Well, listen, I've got more videos coming up. More progress. We're going to flip this thing over on the next video and show you what we do to the floor. Alright, subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day.